know if some of you guys have heard, but there's a Deadpool movie coming.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty excited about it. Don't know if you can tell. I'm a little bit excited for it myself. I've been dying to see this movie. I cannot wait. And you know, there was a conception out there that I myself held that it was always the plan from moment one to do Deadpool and Wolverine. But apparently that's not the case. Apparently when they first decided that they were going to do a Deadpool movie, Ryan Reynolds met with Kevin Feige and pitched a lot of different ideas about what to do, including a few ideas that would have seen Deadpool 3 with a $10 million budget. This comes from the folks over at IndieWire who write the following. Despite Kevin Feige's disinterest, Reynolds didn't slow down. He said to Empire, I went back to the drawing board and I wrote up about 18 different treatments. Some of them almost like a Sundance film, a budget of under $10 million, sort of using the IP in a way that they previously hadn't used. And I pitched bigger movies and I pitched things in between. Can you imagine in a day and age likened unto the one we live in, where you would get a major Hollywood superhero film made for $10 million? A threequel to previous movies that both made over $700 million a piece. Like combined, the two Deadpool movies made like $1.5 billion at the box office. And he went in there with like a $10 million budget. He said it would be his like Rashomon. He said he kind of pitched an idea that would be like a MCU version of a Rashomon sort of thing, which is actually pretty damn intriguing.
Yes.
Now, of course, what we have ended up with is a well north of $100 million movie again, which is, of course, because then Hugh Jackman agreed. They had an idea if they could get Jackman on board. They went in that direction. Rob, what do you think of when you hear like a Ryan Reynolds with a $1.5 billion franchise pitching ideas that would be like a $10 million Sundance film? What do you think?
Well, if it's like Rashomon, you basically have a couple of characters, 3 or 4 characters that are retelling the same story over and over again from their perspective. I mean, Rashomon's one of the great movies of all time. I could see that. As a matter of fact, John, I've often said, I've said that on this show. I used to say it on Heroes with Schnepp, that after watching Age of Ultron, I would watch an Avengers dinner party movie. Because of the party scene in Ultron.
It's I love that whole dinner scene.
A whole thing.
So good.
I mean, the interplay between all the different characters. No, I mean, other than the fact you'd have to have like people in character and maybe the effects technology would have to help. It's all about those characters. And if you had Deadpool in his wisecracking Weisenheimer fashion doing a Rashomon story with a lack of, say, visual effects, and you had 3 other great actors, like whether they were X-Force actors, other mutants, and there was something, especially if what was going on was a bad thing, you know, like a horrible thing that had emotional weight, you could pull that off, because I could see Ryan Reynolds pulling that off. Because think of it as it would be, I would call it Pulp Fiction, Deadpool's Pulp Fiction. I could see that. I could see them pulling something like that off. The question is, I don't think a studio would get it. They're like, wait a minute, we can't just spend $10 million. They don't even know how to do that anymore. And I get Ryan Reynolds could be like,
unless you're like Blumhouse.
Yeah, he would go to like, I'll go to A24 and I'll make it for $10 million with the A24 crowd, and then they'll purchase it. Then you guys, if you like it, you can take it away from A24 and they'll be your producing partner. But I'm intrigued. I would love to read that treatment. You know, if he really had that idea, I'd be curious to know what it is. Maybe they'll publish it in the unmade Deadpool, 18 treatments of Ryan Reynolds. You know,
I am curious, though, I got to say, as to what, like with the Rashomon one aside, he said several ideas that he pitched that would be like a Sundance indie sort of film. What kind of storylines he was looking at?
Yeah.
Because like with that one, maybe his own murder from different perspectives and different vantage points.
And he's dead.
And he's dead, telling the story as the dead guy, right?
Right in the middle before he's regenerated.
Yes,
like
as his flesh is regenerated.
He's in the netherworld before he wakes up again.
All I know is that I think that sounds pretty interesting, and I would have been down to, you know what? I wouldn't mind if they did a Disney Plus thing. I know I'm all about theatrical, but if take one of those ideas, if it was good, and make a little $10 million Disney Plus, kind of like the Guardians of the Galaxy
holiday special. He should do that. I mean, now that like he's got his Deadpool 3, he's got Deadpool and Wolverine. If that's a really great story, why not? I mean, that could be a fun side story. I think you're right, John. I think doing it like Guardians, because that holiday special is a banger. And they shot it on the existing sets that they already had. So
we want to thank a sponsor of today's video, Mint Mobile. My favorite spring cleaning takeaway is the post-clean clarity you get. Wow, how have I been living like this? It's kind of like when you find out that you've been paying a fortune for wireless when Mint Mobile has phone plans for just $15 a month when you purchase a 3-month plan. My last mobile service provider was quite good, but ever since I switched to Mint Mobile, I've enjoyed even better coverage, better phone clarity, and I'm paying less than a third of what I paid to my old provider. Say goodbye to your overpriced wireless plans, jaw-dropping monthly bills, and unexpected overages. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all of your existing contacts. To get this new customer offer and your new 3-month unlimited wireless plan for just $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. Cut your wireless bills to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Campea. $45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions may apply. See Mint Mobile for details. All right, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Ryan Reynolds says that in the initial round of pitching, he pitched several ideas that were like $10 million films for a Deadpool 3. What could you do with it? What would you do if they were asked to make a $10 million Deadpool film with Ryan Reynolds? I got to imagine 5 of that $10 million would just be Reynolds' payment. Whatever you guys think, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.